Alright, Shalom Israel. We are the ISUPK coming out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahana. The ISUPK is not affiliated with any religious group or organization. Right? Today is Wednesday night. Today is the biblical law class. We could come, learn, and understand the laws of your power, your king, your God. Right? Every month, we have classes in Trinidad here, as we keep saying throughout the classes, for new people that are coming in, right? So that they will understand that we have classes throughout the week here in Trinidad. Well, just except for Tuesdays, right? We have the history class on Mondays, right? Where you could come and learn your history as a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, and child, right? With Officer Maka Kobal, right? It's the history class on Monday, right? On Tuesdays, we have the brotherhood class, brotherhood, which is synonymous to sisterhood, where you could come and learn more about brotherhood and sisterhood among your people, among your brothers and your sisters, right? So that is on Tuesday with Officer Sawap Ya Allah, right? On Wednesdays, the biblical law class, where you could come and learn the laws of the Most High Power, your God, right? With me, Officer Matkwaya. And of course, the Christian church loves to teach the laws of the Most High is done away with, and that is not so. Here in the ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, we teach the laws, right? And of course, in the book of Matthew, I believe it's the book of Matthew, there's stipulations for not teaching the laws. There's punishment for not teaching the laws of this Bible. You understand? And if the Christian church is teaching that they don't have to keep the laws of the Most High is done away with, they will fall into that bracket. We'll touch on that a little bit later once the time permits. Right? On Thursdays, there's no class in Trinidad here on Thursdays, but of course we tune in to headquarters for the scripture breakdown class, right? With General Mahaiman. You could check in on that on Thursdays. You understand? On Fridays, we have the Lashawan Kodash with Officer Yakad. That's on Fridays, where you could come and learn the Hebrew language. Come and learn the Hebrew tongue, the holy tongue. You understand? The ancient Hebrew, not what the so-called Jewish man teaches today. You understand? You come here and learn your language, the ancient Hebrew. Again, it's Lashawan Kodash with Officer Yakad. On Saturdays, we have the Sabbath service. Right? I gave it to Officer Yakad, and what brothers will be interchanging to read and stuff like that, where we read the Hebrew. You understand? Where we read the Bible in the Hebrew and in the English, so we could understand what we're reading as we go along. On Sundays, we have the scripture breakdown with Officer Galawan. Right? That is our camp leader. We have the scripture breakdown with Officer Galawan. Right? With Officer Galawan, right? The number to call if you have any questions. Well, you could type in your questions on Sunday classes with Officer Galawan, but any additional information, you could contact Officer Galawan at 290-5173. Saying that number again, 290-5173. You could find it also on the Trinidad and Tobago Facebook page. Right? And on Mondays, we have the main show with our Commanding General Yahana, that is Black Watch, which you could also tune into on Mondays from 9 p.m. Right? That is an important show to tune into, where you could learn more about the things that is happening within the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian communities throughout the world. Right? And much more. Of course, the classes with us will also be interchanging by other brothers, so you'll see other brothers' faces teaching these classes as well. Other certified brothers. Again, the ISUPK is not affiliated with any religious group or organization, right? Today we're going to go into what most people are talking about right now here in Trinidad is the PNM and UNC with this voting stuff, right? And what is sad is to see our people caught up in that web, our people caught up in the web of voting. You understand? When voting is a sin. The Lord don't want us to vote, especially for the heathen nations. You understand? We are not supposed to put these heathens above us to rule over us. You understand? That is not what blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians should be doing. You understand?
Right.
And again, as I was saying, what is sad is to see our people caught up in that web. You understand? And looking at the oppressor for help. They're looking at the oppressor for that way of freedom. You understand? Or they call the opposition leader the anti-Kamala, or people calling her anti-Kamala, anti. You understand? And there's no one to blame more than the Christian church, because of course the Christian church not teaching our people the laws.
Right.
You understand? We're not teaching them that voting is a sin. According to the Most High Power, we're going to get into that. We're going to see, we're also going to get into righteous leadership. We're going to see what it was, how righteous people leads their nation and leads their people. And we'll also see people that is disobedient to the Most High words. You understand? What will become of them. You understand? When you rather listen to the multitude of people, rather than listening to the Most High to lead your people the way the Most High want them to be led, and not leading them off of how they want to be led. You know, it's like all people will be saying, well, legalize weed, right? So they're telling the ruler of the nation, hey, legalize weed. We need weed, marijuana to be legalized. You understand? And instead of the leader of this nation or the country look into the laws of the Most High. You understand? He didn't look into that. He looked at the multitude of people and did what? Hearken unto their voice and legalize weed. And our people now get more ensnared, more entrapped in the legalized marijuana.
Right.
You understand? Because of course, again, they're not teaching our people that marijuana also, we are not to be smoking marijuana. That is not our part of our culture as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, as Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. You understand? Of course, we touch on this again. We are not Africans. We are the true Jews. You understand? We are the ones that the Most High chose to be above all people that are upon the face of the earth. You understand? So what we're going to touch on now is we're going to share a little account of righteous leadership, and leadership whereby when it don't happen to the voice of the Most High, what will happen to you? You understand? And of course, we're going to voting in the scriptures, so you'll also see, right, that voting is not part of our culture, not part of our custom. You understand? What we don't understand, when we go out and we vote, the Most High anger is kindled upon us. Because why? We're looking to set up oppressors over us. We're looking to set up people that hate us, people that don't like us. You understand? As Psalms 83 see, they come together. You understand? They conspire against us to wipe us out. Our name will be no more in remembrance. And we not knowing these knowledge, because of the Christian church again, we go and we dip our finger in ink and vote for oppressors. You understand? So, before we go into the voting, let me get Exodus chapter 32. We will start from verse 1 to 4. And then I will call you as we go in along, right?
Come on.
To what? Exodus chapter 32 and verse 1.
Come on. The book of Exodus chapter 32 and verse 1. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount.
Right, so at this time Moses went up into the mount to get the commandments to lead Israel, right? To set Israel on that straight path to be in right standing with the Most High. Alright, go ahead.
the people gather themselves together unto Aaron.
Right? So they find Moses taking too long to come down from the mount. Right? Because in their mind they may be saying, well, Moses maybe die up in the mount, or snake bite him, or a bear, but something take him up there, or he may fast too long and tap out. You understand? So they gather unto Aaron, who was, Shalom Yabasham Shai Brakata. Right? Who was in next in line, in charge, right? So they gather unto Aaron, go ahead.
And said unto him, Up, make us gods.
What they said?
Up, make us gods.
Right? So Moses went to get the commandments. They find taking too long. They gather unto Aaron, they say, Aaron, here what's going on? Make us gods. Right? We want something to worship. Go ahead.
Which shall go before us.
Which shall what?
Which shall go before us.
Right? So he want him to make them gods, which shall go before us, meaning what they could pray to, what they could bow down and worship to. Alright, go ahead.
For as for Salakia, for as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him.
You understand? So now they're telling him, make these gods before us, so we could go, we could worship, we could pray, because Moses gone. Moses gone up in the mount and we don't know what will happen to him. You understand? The find he taken too long to come back, so something had happened. Probably dead. Snake bite him, something. You understand? So they gather to Aaron and tell Aaron now, when he is the one next in line, next in charge, they gather to him and tell him, make us gods. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And Aaron said unto them, break off the golden earrings,
right,
which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons,
go ahead,
and of your daughters, and bring them unto me.
Right? So Aaron now listen to the multitude of the people, and he tell them, go break out the gold from the earrings from your wife, your children, your sons, and bring them for me. You understand? Aaron then tell the people and them, well, here what's going on. We know we're not supposed to be worshiping idols. You understand? We know we're not supposed to be bowing down to different gods. Probably could have said, well, let me wait and see if Moses will come back a little longer. Wait a little while longer. You understand? Or directly tell them, hey, this is not our culture. This is not what we're supposed to be doing as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You think? Go ahead.
And all the people break off the golden earrings, which were in their ears,
right, and
brought them unto Aaron.
Right? So they break up all the earrings, they bring them for Aaron. So let me see what Aaron going to do with his leadership now. Right? If it was righteous leadership or not. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And all the people break off the golden earrings, which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. Verse 4. And he received them at their hand,
right, and
fashioned it with a graven tool.
Fashion it with what?
With a graving tool.
Go ahead.
After he had made it a molten calf.
Right, so he gather all the gold from the people, fashion it with a graven tool, he make the golden calf. Go ahead.
And they said,
go ahead,
these be thy gods, O Israel, which before thee up out of the land of Egypt.
You understand? With he's not saying, well, right. So Aaron make the molten calf and saying, these be the gods. They forget the Most High power. We're going to get into that later too. They forget the Most High power and saying, these be the gods that brought us out of the land of Egypt. Yeah, no sir. Right? To what again? Which brought us out of the land of Egypt, right? Yeah, which part is right, Chad? Right. You jump to verse 21.
Exodus chapter 32 and verse 21. And Moses said unto Aaron,
go ahead,
what did this people undo thee, that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them?
You understand? So Moses now, but thought Moses was dead. Moses come back, Moses say, and Moses said unto Aaron, what did this people unto thee? Meaning, what these people had done unto thee? What they make you do? Go ahead. Thou hast brought, take it from there. Same 21.
Thou hast brought so great a sin upon them.
You understand? So Moses saying that you know brought great sin upon them because you had them bowing down to idols. You had them worshipping this golden calf. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 22. And Aaron said, let not the anger of my Lord wax hot. Thou knowest the people that they are set on mischief.
You understand? So Aaron saying now, don't let the Most High anger come upon you. You understand? And he's telling Moses, look, it's the people. You know the people and them do what? They are set on mischief. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 23. For they said unto me, make us gods, which shall go before us.
Right.
For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we worked not. What is become of him?
You understand? So he's explaining to Moses now and telling him that they said, but make a golden calf for we, make something for we to worship, because we don't know what happened to Moses. You understand? And of course, Aaron, with his leadership, he listened, he hearkened unto their voice and go ahead and make the golden calf. And again, as I was saying before, we're not supposed to be bowing down to no idol. We're not supposed to be worshipping graven images and all these things, but he go ahead and he make it for them. You understand? That's why Moses said, he brought this great sin upon them. You understand? So instead of making that righteous decision, he hearkened unto the voice of the people. Just like our ministers out here, they hearken unto the voice of the people. We need marijuana to be legalized. You understand? And they make you feel there's all this set of thing that to go through, but they know they're going and legalize it. You understand? And when they legalize it now, they hearken to the voice of the people. It get more stiff. The fines and penalties get more stiff when they pass that bill, when they pass that law. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 24. And I said unto them, whosoever hath any gold, let them break it off. So they gave it me. Then I cast it into the fire.
Right.
And they came out this calf. Verse 25. And when Moses saw the people were naked.
And when he saw what?
And when Moses saw the people were naked.
Right. So Aaron saying, well, give me all the gold. I throw it in the fire and look what come out. A golden calf. You understand? And of course, Moses knew that the people were sinning before the Most High. You understand? And you see what come and say it. Take it from the top on that verse again. Verse 25.
Exodus chapter 22, 32 and verse 25. And when Moses saw that the people were naked.
So Moses now saw that the people was naked. They was uncovered. The protection from the Most High was no more. You understand? They was naked. Go ahead.
For Aaron had made them naked unto their shame.
He did what?
For Aaron had made them naked unto them shame.
You understand? So Aaron now, by doing this, he made us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, naked unto our shame. Go ahead.
Among their enemies.
Among who?
Among their enemies.
You understand? Among our enemies. That is what Aaron did with his leadership. You understand what I'm saying? And we're going to see now with righteous leadership, how righteous leaders lead their people, how they hearken unto the voice of the Most High in these scriptures. You understand? And of course, you're going to see if we, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, supposed to be going and voting for oppressors to be with us. You understand? Because voting, as we know here in the ISUPK, never help our people. Voting never help blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We always in the same condition, no matter how much time we vote, because even way before we were born, our parents were voting. And they're still in the same condition that day. Things get things get worse. You understand? We meet them voting. They keep setting up oppressors over them over time, over and over and over. You understand? And nothing ain't changing for us. We still getting shot in the streets. Our people still being oppressed. The heathen nations still hunting our footsteps, as the scriptures say. Drugs and guns still coming in the borders. You understand? And when it come in, of course, it's not our people that bringing it in, but it ending up in our communities. You understand? We will get to that. Jump to verse 31. Tawala.
And Moses returned unto the Lord and said.
So now Moses returned to the Lord and said, go ahead.
Oh, these people have sinned, a great sin, and have made them gods of gold.
You understand? So now Moses turned to the Most High Moses didn't go and kill Aaron or start to chastise the people. And, in this great way, turn to the Most High. Go ahead and tell them, take it from the top again, Salakia.
Verse 31. And Moses returned unto the Lord and said, oh, these people have sinned a great sin.
Right, so he turned to the Lord and said, these people have sinned a great sin. Go ahead.
And have made them gods of gold.
You understand? And they have made unto them gods of gold. Go ahead.
Verse 32. Yet now, if thou wilt forgive their sins.
So now Moses pleaded with the Most High. He said, if you, Lord, forgive them of their sin. Forgive and forget, like they never do that. They never make golden images, never make no golden calf unto you. Go ahead.
And if not, pluck me, I pray thee, out of my book, which thou hast written.
You understand? And Moses said, and if not, right? If you don't want to forgive them of their sins, if you don't want to forgive them that they make the golden calf that they start to worship, Moses said, blot me out of the book of life. Moses put himself as a leader in the firing line to be blotted out from the book of life. You understand? And which leader you know today putting themselves in the firing line for people on the ground, for people in the ghetto? You understand? Our leaders, people out in the world will go out and vote for them, and they will not put themselves in the firing line for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in the ghettos in Trinidad. Neither in Tobago. You understand? Moses said, take it from the top on that one again, Salakia, verse 32.
Exodus chapter 32 and verse 32. Yet now, if thou wilt forgive their sins,
right,
and if not, pluck me, I pray thee, out of thy book.
You understand? So Moses saying, if you don't want to forgive them for the sins, Lord, blot me out of the book of life. You understand? Moses put himself in the direct fire line for his people, for all the people and them that sinned against the Most High. You understand? He said, blot me out of the book of life. Go ahead.
Which thou hast written. Verse 33. And the Lord said unto Moses,
go ahead.
Whosoever had sinned against me, him will I pluck out of my book.
You understand? And the Lord said unto Moses, whoever sinned, the Lord said, that sinner, that person who sinned, or the persons, them will be blotted from the book of life. You understand? Because why? They know what was right. They know they're not supposed to be worshipping no golden calf. They're not supposed to be bowing down to no images. You understand what I'm saying? We know we're not supposed to be, we in the ICPK, we know we're not supposed to be voting for nobody to come into no parliament or no government. You understand? And we out here now coming and tell our people, you're not supposed to be voting. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're not going to get righteous leadership. You're not going to get people like how Moses did here and stand up for his people. Put himself in the firing line for his people. No politician, no matter how much time you campaign. Look, they're campaigning all over the place now. One set a rally. You understand? All over the place. And how often you see these politicians? How often? In your area. You might see them once or twice for the year, if so much. You understand? Go ahead and Officer Shine, see it there. Watch now, that's now. So okay, only one in this, so it's hot, eh?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the hot, that's the no now. Right, so go slide. Yeah, you understand? Which politician or MP, whoever it is, you seen in your area or beat in your area, or really coming in front of that fire line for the people? Nobody. You understand? Go ahead, Officer Shah.
So like I said, them politicians and them coming around like the Olympics.
You understand? Once a year. You understand? Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. You understand? This is how we see them. We're not seeing them regular. We're not seeing them coming on the ground and going into these communities and showing them what is right, because they for themselves don't know what is right. According to this Bible, according to the Most High laws, we're not even seeing our religious leaders on the ground. Our religious leaders, they stick up in the synagogue, you understand? Stick up in their homes and just want you to pass your money, no matter how they get it. They're not coming out on the ground and putting themselves in the firing line. Or beseeching the Most High to tell them, if my people sin, let that blame come upon me. Or teaching my people the laws. You understand what I'm saying? They just want to get money. They just want to get rich. They just want to get fat. What are we going into tonight? You understand? That's why we always say the Christian church is the house of Satan. They're not doing the things that is of the Most High. You understand? They're just deceiving our people with the little monies that they have in their pocket to pay to them for tithes and offering and love gifts. But they're not really telling the people the things that they're supposed to do. You understand? Like not vote. How to love your brother and your sister. You understand? How we should be living with each other in the ghettos. No matter, everybody poor in the ghetto. But we could still live good with one another. We're not supposed to be murdering our brothers. You understand? Our sisters not supposed to be hoes and prostitutes, and we have a dietary law we're supposed to follow also, things that we should eat and things we shouldn't eat. The people that over us not eating us that. You understand? But guess what? They just want to get their pockets fat and have a good time in this life. You understand? That is end of verse 35.
That is end of verse
33. Go ahead to 34.
Verse 34. Therefore now go.
So now the Lord telling Moses what to do. Go ahead.
Lead the people
Do
unto the place of which.
No, he said do what?
Therefore now go. Lead the people.
Do what?
Lead the people.
Do what?
Lead the people.
So he tell Moses, go now and lead the people. Give the people this correct path to follow. Lead them. Lead them how? In righteousness, of course. You understand? Lead the people right. Go ahead.
Unto the place of which I have spoken unto thee.
Go ahead.
Behold, my angel shall go before thee.
You understand? The Most High angel shall go before thee. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, in the day when I visit, I will visit their sins upon them.
You understand? And the Most High is saying that the time in the day when you visit, you go visit the people that sinned against him. You go visit the sins upon them. You understand? The Most High in play. The Most High, you see, again, the Christian church and these religious leaders is to blame for a lot of things. You understand? When you see blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians out here in Trinidad, you understand, getting killed by the police, black on black crime, who is to blame for that? Nobody else but the religious leaders. You understand? They are to blame for the things that are happening. What is it? Wait, hot, eh? Yeah. Nobody is to blame but the religious leaders. You understand? Because they're not showing our people the way. They're not leading our people into righteousness. You understand? So when you see us keeping classes here throughout the week, or we out on the streets waking up our people, we are leading our people to righteousness. You understand? Because we feeling the same pain that our brothers and sisters out there feeling too. No matter which part our people is scattered on the four corners of the earth, we feeling their pain.
Right.
And we will put ourselves out there to get our people and to wake our people up. Because that's what we're in this school for. You understand? To go and get our brothers and sisters. You understand? And bring them back to righteousness, so that they could follow the Most High and come out of this world that they're in. This world where there is no righteousness. You understand? Go ahead. That is the end of 35.
The end of 34.
Go ahead to 35.
Exodus chapter 32 and verse 35. And the Lord plagued the people because they made the calf.
You understand?
Which Aaron made.
So the Lord now plagued the people that make the calf. The Most High plague, he put that plague on them. They feel it wasn't getting away. They put the plague on them. So when we feel we're listening to the brothers and sisters in the SUPK, and yeah, they're sounding good, but you see the way how they dress, I can't really. I going back to my Christian church, I can't really deal with that. They just talk too rough. You understand? When them fellas on the street corner, I can't. Boy, they're bringing it too real to me, but I don't go back in the Christian church. The Most High going to visit you for your sins. You understand?
That's right.
Because of course the Christian pastor not going to show you that way, not going to show you the path of righteousness. From there, give me Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 6. You understand? Because the Most High chose us, black people in the ghetto here in Trinidad, in Sea Lodge, John, Chumacac, 1st and 2nd Caledonia. You understand? Broadway, Pleasantville, Point, Labrie, Scarborough, Roxborough, Charlottesville, all these places in Trinidad and Tobago. You black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, again, the Venezuelan coming in from Venezuela is your brothers and sisters. You are the Most High chosen people. Your Christian pastor ain't going in the Bible and show you that. They make you feel everybody's one. And bring this thing to you, but if you cut my vein, everybody blood red. And all that garbage, and how you confused. And then when election time comes, which is the next month or so, I can't remember the date because I don't even want to remember the date. You go in and dip your finger in ink to vote for who? People to oppress you more. You understand? People to put that hard bondage on you more. Right? Give me Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26.
Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26. And you shall be holy unto me.
And what?
And you shall be holy unto me.
You understand? You talking about here is you so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, woman, and child in these areas that are called. You understand? Wherever you scatter throughout the world, but predominantly here in Trinidad, in the ghettos, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. This is the you that the Most High talking about here. Take it from the top again.
Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26. And you shall be holy unto me. For I, the Lord, am holy, and I have severed you from other people.
Right? So the Most High is saying here, and you shall be holy unto me. Of course, holy meaning separate. You should be separate unto the Most High. You understand? He say, for I am the Lord, for I, the Lord, am holy, meaning I, the Lord, am separate, and have severed you. When you sever something, it's separated. He say, he have separated you. Severed you, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. Go ahead.
That you should be mine.
That you should do what?
That you should be mine.
That you should be what?
You should be mine.
The Most High separate you, that you should be his. Go ahead. That's here now, verse 26.
Come.
You understand? The Most High separated you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, that you should be his. The Most High don't want everybody. The Most High separate you and give you laws, commandments, and statutes to follow. Give you a dietary law where you shouldn't eat certain things, what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat. You understand? That's what Most High did for you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15. The Most High says, separate you. You understand? And if they're not teaching that in the Christian church, what we go feel? We go feel all nations is one. One love. You understand? This crazy song where this man sing. Every time I hear that song, it make me feel sick, brotherhood of the boat. Brotherhood of the boat, Jahaji Bai. We feeling we the same thing. We never come down on the same ship. No East Indian and no Negro never come down on the same ship. Brotherhood of our boat and Jahaji Wabai. Go ahead, Officer Shah.
So I can then after that, Bob Marley, one love.
You understand? And of course, the oppressor coming with one love. And have us confused. The Most High says, separate us. He separate us that we should be his. He severed us from among all people. The Most High don't want us to be with all people. He don't want us to be equal with all people. You understand? He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and judgment unto Israel, paraphrasing that scripture. Say that he has not dealt so with any nation. He has not dealt so with any race. The Most High is saying here again in verse 26 in Leviticus. You understand? He says he severed you from other people, from other races, from other nations. He separated you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You understand? But we don't know that. We don't understand that. You understand? And we seeing all this oppression happening around us, the heathens over us. When we go to look for jobs, we can't find jobs. You understand? They're oppressing us even if we get jobs. The very lowest and low-end jobs, they're oppressing us down to the board because we went through that here. I speaking here, I went through that, and I thought brothers in the class here, they went through that too.
That's right.
You understand? Oppressing it down to the board, but the concept of one love and Jahaji Bai, brotherhood at the boat, where all the East Indians and the Negroes and the Chinese here, everybody could come together. Even in your pain, when you ball it, nah boy, something wrong boy. We can't be living like this. You ain't realizing, even when you're back against the wall, who is oppressing you? Who is over you? Who have that rod or that whip over you? You ain't understand that. You understand? Because in your mind is everybody's one. And the heathens and them get so wise, so crafty. No difference than what I was saying earlier on with where they take crafty counsel to make us not know that we is Israel. The heathens get so crafty that they will use your people as a face in their businesses and their establishments. You understand? They use your people as a face, so now you look at your people and saying, wait boy, the oppression coming from my own. You understand? And you know what start to happen? Now we can't love each other. Now we can't love each other because now you're looking at your own people because of that oppression and not knowing that these heathens just using them as a face. These heathens is over you, not your, well, I'm not saying they don't have your own people that have high places that, you know what I mean, not following the Most High. Of course not. You understand? Of course. But the real oppression is coming from our oppressors. And you have to know that. You understand? Go ahead, Officer Shah. By Officer Bayat, I ain't seen any with this light, you know? Yeah. You could put light so you could just hit them in, no sir. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, everything you're saying is correct.
Mm-hmm.
But like today, the leader that we had running the country, he's just basically a puppet to the Syrians. The Syrians is the people who are really behind the PNM.
Of course.
And how do us do it? Like any wrong decisions you make, we will say, oh, you do that,
right.
But nobody blaming the Syrians.
Nobody, exactly. A very well corrected way of saying it. You understand? Officer Barra bringing out a good point there. You understand? Because he's saying that what people don't understand is that the person that ruling over us saying Trinidad right now is under the strings of the Syrians. Whenever they pull the strings, he have to dance, and he's quite correct. You understand? And then now we're not looking at the Syrians as the problem. We're looking at our own and saying he's the problem. You understand? So you're quite right the way you're saying it. You understand? But only again in the ISUPK, when you come to understand your culture, your history, the things that you're supposed to do, you will see between these heathens and them clear as daylight. And they will understand that these people, these heathens, these other nations, they don't love you. And they will continue pressing you. Don't matter how much you vote for them, you go on your campaign with them, they sit down with you in the same lunchroom, or they eat in the same arena, or they're playing football together, tennis. These heathens don't love you. You understand? As a nation, as your nation, you have to wake up and start to come and help build your nation. Help build your people. You understand? Because of course, they're doing that for their own. When they reach up in these big positions, who they going and look for? They ain't looking for you. They ain't going and look for the man in the ghetto and say, well, he didn't work with me last year. You understand what I'm saying? Let me go back and call you about them. No, he ain't looking for that. Going and look for your own. He going and look for your own people. You understand? And then when they'll do watch and realize, wait now, but only inside they full up the children of our oppressors. You understand? Our people, the establishment or the positions that our people held, they start dwindling. You understand? And I could tell you about that because I was there. I know people who was in high places that when oppressors come into power in that arena, everybody that was of black, Hispanic, or Native Indian descent, they were out. And the heathens looked after their own people. And that is something that we don't know. That we're supposed to gather ourselves and help build our own people. Ours. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Go ahead, Officer Shah.
Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee.
Don't go too fast. We're taking this one good. Right? Take it from the top again. Tawala.
Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15. thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee.
Right? So now you're going to learn about voting and the people that you supposed to put or the people that supposed to be over you. You understand? Not run and campaign with all these set of people and going in different community fighting for vote, and then next month they're going to run and dip your finger in the ink. Nah. You understand? As a black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, this is what you should follow here. Go ahead. Take it from the top one more time, Salakia.
Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee.
You understand? So this is how. When I say in any wise, let you know this is how. You understand? You should set a king over you. Go ahead.
Whom the Lord thy power shall choose.
Whom what?
Whom the Lord thy power shall choose.
Whom what?
Whom the Lord thy power shall choose.
You understand? So now, it's saying that this is how you should set a king. They didn't say a queen. They didn't say Auntie Kamala. They didn't say a queen. They didn't say a prophetess. They say a king. You understand? And a king is a man. This is how you should set a king over you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. You understand? Whom the Lord is who's supposed to choose a man, not you. You're not supposed to be going and join hands with the oppressor to dip your finger in ink, to go and vote, to put another oppressor over you. The person that's supposed to be over you is somebody that the Lord choose. Go ahead.
One from among thy brethren.
One from who?
One from among thy brethren.
One from who?
One from among thy brethren.
One from among your brethren. Your brethren, meaning a black man, Hispanic man, or Native Indian man. One from among your brethren. We're not supposed to be going and put these heathens over us. We're not supposed to be going and campaign to put oppressors over us, to lay more burdens on our people. Because of course, how long our people voting and is in the same state that they're in? Nothing ain't changing. You understand? There's no righteous judgments. There's no righteous calls. You understand? They don't know how to lead the people right. And as I was saying earlier, they're not going to put themselves in the firing line, especially for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They're not going to do that. Who put themselves in the firing line for the native, for the Asherites that come across here, the Venezuelans? Who put themselves in the firing line for them? No politician, no pastor, no religious leader. You understand? Go ahead. Verse 15 still.
One from among thy brethren
right,
shall thou set king over
so
thee.
So one from among your people, so you should set king over you. You understand? Go ahead.
Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee.
Yes, you may not do what?
Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
So you must not set a stranger over you, which is not your brother. So no heathen, no other nation besides in the nation of Israel, you're supposed to set that person to be a king over you, to rule over you, to lead you. You understand what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be doing that. You're not supposed to go out and vote to set somebody that is a stranger of another nation over you. You understand what I'm saying? Because of course the Lord letting you know that. And if you go and you still do that, nothing ain't going to change. We're still going to be in the same position because of course that they will not be with the Lord. The Most High don't let you know is the scene already. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 16. For he shall multiply horses to himself.
You understand? But he shall not multiply horses to himself. So the requirement says to set a king over here and to be somebody from among your people. You understand? Whom the Lord shall choose, and not to be a stranger. You understand? So it had to be somebody from within the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You had to set king over you. And here we come in and say, but he Meaning that person from among your people shall not multiply horses to himself. Meaning what? Back then, horses was a form of transport. You understand? Within our nation. Horses and carriages and stuff like that. So now you shouldn't multiply horses to yourself, meaning you shouldn't come and take from among your people, from among all the different tribes, all the best horses. You understand? Go ahead.
Nor cause the people to return to Egypt.
Now do what?
Nor cause the people to return to Egypt.
You understand? Or you shouldn't cause the people to return to hard bondage. You understand? So that person who is set king, you're not supposed to be making your people return to that hard bondage. Back just like how it was in Egypt. Go ahead.
To the end that he should multiply horses. For as so much as the Lord had said unto you,
Go ahead.
you shall henceforth return no more that way.
You understand? So the way how the Lord telling you don't go, that is as simple as it is. Don't go. Don't go and multiply horses unto yourself. Don't make your people go back into bondage. You understand? Because of course we were servants in the land of Egypt. We were under hard bondage in Egypt. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 17. Verse 17. Neither shall he multiply wives to himself.
Neither what?
Neither shall he multiply wives to himself.
You understand? Neither shall he multiply wives. So that king shall not multiply wives unto himself. That doesn't mean that he cannot have more than one wife. You understand? It simply means you can't take the best of the wives of the women that is in Israel. You understand? Everybody looking at you like, hey boy, Officer Barrett, well, yeah, everything there, boy. You understand? Officer Shah, yeah, no, nothing like that. Don't take all the best. Because that is not how we go say it. Well, in the brotherhood classes, these things come out in brotherhood class also. That is not good brotherhood. Yourself. Go ahead, Officer Shah.
So like I said, and when you check these things and then we're saying here, right? We're bringing out here, don't take the best for yourself, man, right? All you can be and all to. I guess like everything over there, how everything operates is take it from the Bible and all to, right?
Yeah.
So when the NBA drafting and all to, right, and all the best players from the college, right, coming up and thing, what do they just do? They take the best players and put them in the worst team in the NBA. So that's how like when we check like how Michael Jordan come in and to the Chicago Bulls and thing when the draft, Chicago Bulls was the worst team thing, and they take the best players right through and send them. You know, split it. They're not going to put like the best team right now and take all the best players and things, so they're making it more or less competitive with everybody and all too. So
you're correct.
You get good competition.
You're very well correct. You understand? So that's showing you too that they understand certain things, certain principles that the Bible have.
Can.
You understand? You're very well correct. So you're saying now, neither you should multiply wives unto himself. So you know, you want to take all the best women through all the tribes. That don't mean you can't look for best. You know what I mean? But no, everybody shouldn't be looking at you like, nah, boy, this man has everything. You catching what I'm showing you? That you know what it is. Go ahead. That is hard, verse 17.
Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold.
No. You suppose something from after each wives.
That his heart turn not away.
You understand? So you're not multiplying wives to yourself, that your heart turn away. Turn away from what? The righteousness of the Most High. Turn away from what? Laws, commandments, and statutes. Turn away from the things that was taught unto you. You understand what I'm saying? That is how the king is supposed to function over the people. Go ahead.
Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold.
Shall neither what?
Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold.
You understand? And that person who is set king over you shouldn't greatly multiply unto himself silver and gold. That don't mean you can't have silver and gold. That don't mean you can't have nice thing. But you say greatly multiply. That person who is over you should not greatly multiply unto themselves silver and gold. Look at what the pastor have in the church. How much million? Multiplying unto himself greatly silver and gold. You understand? 29 million pack up in your church. And of course, when these heathens come over us, you understand how they're thieving out and having a time when they're in power. And then when certain things spill out, they've seen how much big houses they have here, how much US bank account they have there. They greatly multiplying unto themselves silver and gold. You understand? White, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they're suffering. But the Lord is letting you know here how a righteous king should rule over his people. The Lord letting you know you have to choose somebody from within your own tribe, your own, well, out of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, among your own people. Don't set no stranger over here. And he's showing you what will happen. You understand? And when we don't know these things because of the Christian church, we outside. When we don't vote and we had a good time, we drink and dine and eat and have a time, you know what we say now? We're starting to cry. We're back against the wall. The wicked, they're oppressing us. They only thieving, they ain't studying weed. But it's you who put them there. You understand? When you dip your finger in that ink and vote, it's you who put them there. When go ahead, Officer Shah.
Yeah. And when you check like some of these people and them, right, you don't see them in the public, because
you ain't seen them.
Because them know already people will pick up with them, and it's like more or less they'll blast them with the wickedness they're doing.
Exactly.
Then we go like if them have to make ghosty and all.
You ain't seen no way. Like they have people coming out and doing them things for them. You're correct.
You're not seeing them.
You understand? Because they know the evil that they're doing. So to come and face the people now, they can't do that. Because they rightfully say no go blast them. You understand? And of course, when we go and we dip our finger in that ink and plain we voting for UNC or PNM or PEP or whoever the hell is, and we see drugs coming into the country, that is your fault, because that is what you vote for. When you see guns coming in, drugs, your brothers getting brutalized by the police, that is on you, because that is what you vote for. When you see brothers getting shot down in the streets and people homeless, you understand? And seeing your sisters shaking the behind all over social media, that is what you vote for, because that is the people you put in power to rule over you, that will not show people your righteousness, will not show them the right way. You understand what I'm saying? But we, of course, in the ICPK, we know we're not supposed to vote. We're not coming out there and vote. You understand? We know how to choose somebody to lead us. You understand what I'm saying? A righteous man. That is why Commanding General Yohana leading us in the ISUPK. You understand what I'm saying? A righteous man. Go ahead, Officer Shah.
Verse 18, right?
Yeah, correct.
Verse 18. And it shall be, when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of this law.
You understand? So when that person, whoever is elected in Israel to sit upon the throne, who the Lord choose from among our people, should take a copy of this law
in a book out of that which is before the priests, the Levites.
Go ahead.
Verse 19. And it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life.
Right? And he now should read this law all the days therein in his life. Meaning what? That the people that even supposed to come after him, supposed to know how to righteously lead this people, this nation of Israel. You understand? That is what the ruler or the person set over Israel by the Lord supposed to be doing. Not what our politicians doing when we go out there and vote for them. Not what they're doing. They despise the Most High. Once they get into power, they don't want to hear nothing about God. They don't want to do nothing with God say. Even our religious leaders, when they reach in that so-called high seat. You understand? Go ahead.
That he may learn to fear the Lord his power.
That he may learn to what?
That he may learn to fear the Lord his power. To keep all the words of this law and these statutes to do them.
And it comes right back to the law. That he may keep all these words in the law, the commandments, and the statutes to do them. You understand? And nobody you vote for ain't going to teach you this law. The Christian church definitely ain't going to teach you this law. Definitely. They're going to encourage you to go and vote. You understand? And even when the election finish next month, whoever is in power, that has nothing to do with us, say in the ISUPK. You understand? Right. That have nothing to do with us in the ISUPK, whoever they put in power. But one thing we know, that we will continue going out on the streets and waking up our brothers and sisters for them to come out from this evil kingdom. You understand? For them to come out under the hands of these oppressors that's over us. You understand? That's what we're concerned about. You understand? And we will wait for the man who the Lord choose to be king over us, who is Yahweh Shai in Hebrew.
That's right.
Who the Christian church called Jesus Christ. We will wait on him, who the Lord shall choose. A man who the Lord shall choose. You understand? We will wait for his return. And see the destruction of the wicked. See the destruction of the oppressors. You understand? When Christ returns, his people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, of course they're going to be walking in righteousness. Of course they're going to be keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes. You understand? That is righteous leadership. Not the leadership that people want to dip the finger in ink for and play in the voting. We will wait. We will have patience. You understand? Go ahead, Officer Shad. I to end of verse 19.
Yes,
yes, now hold on. Here, go to verse 20.
Verse 20. That his heart be not lifted up above his brethren.
You understand? So this ruler over us, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes, following all what the Lord just lay out. You understand? Keeping the fear of the Most High. You hear what it's saying here? That his heart may not be lifted above his brethren. I didn't say amongst his councilmen, or amongst his deacons, or deaconesses, for amongst his brethren, that is his people, so he wouldn't be swell up, like how some of these religious leaders swell up, how some of these MPs swell up among the people. You understand? So that king now could come on the ground and go in different communities and see what is the problem with the people.
That's right.
You understand? They didn't swell up, they didn't sit down on a high seat, they rock back, and they're watching everything what's going on and money in the pocket. They're multiplying horses to themselves, silver, riches, women, wives, and they don't care what's going on with the people out in the ghettos, out on the ground. They don't care what's going on with people in Sealots and Broadway and Caledonia and Marval. They don't care about people in these areas. That is why who's the Rasta one day, the MP, the Rasta one wants to get run out from Sealots. You understand? Not to run him out from in Sealots because why? You just want to multiply silver and gold unto the self. You understand? They want to go out on the ground and see what really happening with the people.
That's right.
That is why we, again, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we're not supposed to vote. Voting will not change the black and Hispanic and Native Indian communities. They will not change the ghettos. How much years people been voting, and when you look at these areas, it's the same way, and some areas just getting worse. You understand? It's just getting worse. Go ahead.
And that he turn not aside from the commandments to the right hand,
go ahead,
or to the left.
You understand? So you wouldn't get puffed up, and you wouldn't turn away from the commandments of the Most High. You wouldn't turn to Egyptology. You wouldn't turn to Muslim. You wouldn't turn to Rasta. You wouldn't turn to no gang to try to get gang to control areas. You understand? Because of course you will be controlling those areas.
That's right.
You understand? Go ahead.
To the end that he may prolong his days in his kingdom.
You understand? And that your days will be prolonged in your kingdom. You won't have to be worried about the Most High calling that shot, because you're doing right. You're doing righteousness. You won't have to worry if you go down in the ghettos, the people got to run you out. Like how Fitzgerald get run out. You won't have to worry about that. You wouldn't have to be worried if you go in any one of these areas. You understand? Because of course you're doing righteousness, you're doing righteous work, you're following the Most High. You understand? But once it not after the Most High, of course it's going to crumble. Of course people are going to rise against it. Of course these people are going to run you out of the communities because they're not doing righteousness. You understand? Go ahead. Almost to the end. And his children in the midst of Israel.
He and his children in the midst of Israel.
You understand? And the children also will have long life in the midst of Israel. Your children also, them days will be prolonged. You understand? That is what we call righteous leadership. That is how righteous leaders are supposed to be leading blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So all this politics and politician and voting and all these things, campaigning, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you have to flee from that. You understand? And come and follow the Lord. The only place you could follow the Lord is in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. You understand? We have classes here again throughout the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday here in Trinidad and throughout the world, ISUPK, wherever ISUPK is in the world, we have classes every single day. We learn your culture, your laws, your history, you understand, your language, everything. Where we learn to fear the Lord and wait on his second return and see the destruction of your enemies. See the destruction of the people that oppressing you. You understand? Give me Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1.
Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Gather yourselves together.
No, go and vote.
Gather yourselves together.
No, go in the Christian church and ask for help.
Gather yourselves together.
Go run to the Muslim mosque.
Gather yourselves together.
The Most High is saying, gather yourself together. The Most High didn't say, go to the Christian church, run to your MP, you understand, look to put the opposition in power so they could help you. The Most High didn't say that. The Most High say, gather yourself together. You understand? Gather yourself together, meaning you so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, you need to come together. You need to gather yourself together. You understand? How you gather yourself together? Only in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. It have no other gathering that a black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man could gather. You understand? We try Black Caucus, that come to smoke. You understand? We try a lot of black groups. You understand? And conscious groups. And all going to smoke. We try Christian church, Muslim mosque. But you can see that going up in smoke too. You understand? Because now when you sit down and you watch and you look at these pastors today here in Trinidad, you can see destruction coming on them. Because they start to look totally different. That one used to come up and tell you receive your miracle. You understand? And people coming up and bawling, Pastor, well, I get healed yesterday, I could walk today. And then 2 days later, you seen them limping. And if you saw that pastor looking like he just got a stroke yesterday. You understand? You see the destruction. Because the religious leaders, they don't want to hearken unto the voice of the Most High. They don't want to listen to what in this Bible. And what's sad, some of them seen it. Some of them seeing us in the ISUPK, they're seeing the generals, some of them seeing captains, and they're not turning away from the wicked ways. You understand? But the Most High tell you, so-called black man, what to do. Go vote. Don't want to put more oppressors over you. Tell you, gather yourself together. Go ahead.
O nation not desired.
And who is that nation not desired? We know it's the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We is the ones not desired. We is the ones not desired by these heathens out here in Trinidad. We're not desired by the Syrians. We're not desired by the East Indians. We're not desired by the Chinese. You understand? If we was desired, drugs will not be coming into our communities because, of course, these heathens like to say, them niggas and them, they don't want to work. Them blackhead chicken, them roaches, them pests, they don't want to go and look for work. Well, okay. We don't want to go and look for work. Right? Who bringing in the guns and drugs in the country? Of course, not them who don't want to work because they have no money. Whether working to bring it in. Which black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man here in Trinidad have connections to the ports and them. They just bring in a shipment of guns a couple of days ago, and if you see the kind of carded for Port of Spain, Trinidad, you understand? How it is, that's a mail where they do it, they register it. It's something like they register the mail to make sure it reach who it reaching to. It's not our people doing that. You understand? They just seize how much million in cocaine just before the month coming off of Venezuela. Who bringing it in? Not our brothers and sisters. We getting tied up in it because why? When these high people ready to make their moves, their money moves and their power moves, they're looking for you so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man to put as a face. To put as a face so your people could turn and hate you. Your people could talk about you. Your people could say all manner of evil about you. They're just looking for you as a face. They ain't looking for their people. You understand? They're looking for the black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. We don't have no might. We don't have no power to bring in these drugs and cocaine. You understand? And get it into our communities and all these different communities. We don't have no connections for that. We think we might have connection. We don't have no connection. You understand? These hidden nations, the people that rule over us, the people that have power over us, they're the ones that bringing in all these and putting it in our communities and destroying our people.
That's right.
You understand? Because we are the nation not desired. They are the ones that have all the connections on the ports to bring in cocaine and guns and Zesapil and XTD and LSD and whatsoever. Get it in our country, get it in our communities, Salakia, and get it in our parties. You understand? And destroying our people. And using our own as face. So we will point not at them. We will point at us. We will start to be hating our own people. You understand? When we're supposed to be looking at these hidden nations that have the power to bring in these things and destroy our people. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass, as the shaft before the fierce anger of the Most High.
You understand? Before the decree bring forth, before the shaft of the Most High come upon you, before that judgment of the Most High, before that Third World War come upon you, gather yourself together before the Most High make his second return. It's Salakia, you understand? Gather yourself, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Don't go out there and vote to put no heathen over you. For them to continually oppress your people where they ain't seeing no change. But the ISUPK out here to change our people. You understand? And the scriptures say, whoever ear to hear, let them hear. You understand? That is it on that? Go ahead.
Before the day of the Lord anger come upon you.
You understand? Give me Romans chapter 8 and verse 31. Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. We have to realize, you understand, that the Most High is only for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Again, we read earlier, we say, He severed us from among all people. Amongst all the people on the face of the earth, all these races, the Most High severed us. You understand? And when we go and we vote, we put in these oppressors of us. You see in the book of Jeremiah and all had to ask, is Israel a servant? Paraphrasing the scripture. Is he a homeborn slave? Do we just continue? You have to ask yourself the question, just like Jeremiah. Is our people just want to continue in servitude to the other nations? The Most High says separate us. He wants us to be high above all nations upon the face of the earth. Above. He didn't say below. He didn't say same level. He didn't say in between. He wants us to be above all nations upon his face of the earth. You understand? And if our religious leaders teach us these things, of course, in the ghettos, in our low-lying areas, our people would start to change. would have started to change. But we in the ISUPK, we going out there and let our people know, hey, it's time to change. It's time to gather yourself together. The Lord ain't going to play. You understand? You hear what the officer just read? Before fierce anger come upon you. The Lord ain't coming with hugs and kisses and roses. You understand? The Lord coming with fierce anger. The scriptures say, paraphrasing, when the Lord say, I kill and I make alive, the Lord is who calling them shots. So when you see people rack up on lampposts and people getting STDs and AIDS and drowning and all these different things, the Lord is who calling them shots. He say, I kill and I make alive. The officer just read, before the fierce anger come upon you. Before the most high anger come upon you, the most high judgment come upon you, gather yourself together. Gather yourself in the ISUPK under commanding General Yohana. Go ahead, Officer Shabbat, where you have there?
Romans
8 and 31.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 31. What shall we say then? Say to these things, if the Most High be for us, who can be against us?
Understand? What shall we say then? If the Most High is saying that he will be for us, if the Most High is saying that he wants you above all people upon the face of the earth, the Most High is saying he separate you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man to himself. If the Most High is for us, then who could be against us? Who could come up against the Most High? Who could come up against Israel? You understand? If the Most High is for us, who could be against us? Nobody can be against us. You understand? But for the Most High to be with us, we need to follow the Most High. We need to follow the things that the Most High said for us to do. You understand? That is what we need to do as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 12. Tawala. You understand? The scriptures say, learn not the way of the heathens in the book of Jeremiah. We're not supposed to follow in what heathens follow. The heathens want to vote and put their people over them. Let they go ahead and do that. We're not supposed to follow them. Learn not the way of the heathens. We're not supposed to be doing that, black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. The Most High told us how our people, how a king over us should be chosen. You understand? The Most High said it here in the book of Deuteronomy we read earlier. Go ahead, Officer Shah.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 12.
And if we do it righteously, if we do what the Most High say, this is what's going to happen. Go ahead.
The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure.
28 and 1, right?
28 and 1?
Yeah. I answered.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1.
Yeah, go ahead.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power.
You understand? So now, if we as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians hearken unto the voice of the Lord our power, the Lord that we just read, who, if the Lord is with us, who should be against us? The Lord that said that he had separated us from among these other nations, saying here, if we hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord our power, we take heed and listen to what he's saying. Go ahead.
To observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
Go ahead.
The Lord thy power will set thee on high.
Now, he will set us equal.
Will set thee on high.
Now, he will set us in between.
Will set thee on high.
Now, he will make us equal with the heathens.
Will set thee on high.
The Most High power said that he's going to set you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the nation of Israel, he will set thee high. Go ahead.
Above all nations of the earth.
Above all nations on the face of the earth. So now, guess what? You so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, you ain't gonna have no ghettos no more. You ain't gonna have no police brutality no more. You ain't gonna have these oppressors oppressing you to the point where you have to squeal on your own. You understand? You ain't gonna have that no more. The Most High say will set you high above all nations on the face of the earth. You understand? So which means out here in Trinidad, if we had listened to the voice of the Most High, if you listen, you will be over the East Indians, you will be over the Syrians, you will be over the Chinese, you understand? You will be over the Africans. Because of course, you are the true Jews, you're not African. You are the true Jews of this Bible. But the nations conspire together for you not to know that. You understand? That's in the book of Psalms. But the Most High say, He will set you high above all nations upon the face of the earth. Above all nations. So you say that that is sever from among all nations, is separate and made you holy, separate. He wants you to be high above all nations. Now, which Christian pastor going into the theology schools is going to learn that to come back and tell you? None. They ain't going and tell you in Charlottesville you're supposed to be high above all nations. They ain't going and tell you that in Caledonia and Marval and Pity Valley. They ain't going and tell you you're supposed to be high above all nations. No, they will tell you God love everybody. Go into verse 2.
Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee, and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power.
Right? So, and all these blessings, the blessings that lay out after verse 2, going right down to 14, from verse 3 to 15. You understand? When I get time, you could go through it. The Most High say, all these blessings coming on here, it's going to overtake you. That is how blessed we were supposed to be as a people. That is how blessed we will be as a people if we come back keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes of the Most High. You understand? These blessings are going to take us, overtake us. We're going to be above all nations. You understand? Give me verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
You understand? And the Most High is letting us know, if we don't want to follow what he said, laws, commandments, and statutes, these curses are going to follow us and overtake us. You understand? We're going to be cursed as a people. We don't want to follow him. So when we're going to vote for these oppressors, when we're going to vote for these other nations, we're going to be cursed. Because of course we're not following what the Most High tell us to do. You understand? We're setting up kings that are strangers over us. We're not supposed to be doing that. You understand? Jump down to verse 64.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto another, and thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
You understand? And of course, we in SBUPK, we know that our people scattered through the four corners of the earth. The Christian church don't know that. The Christian church don't know that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, your brothers and sisters, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. But the Lord is letting you know that your people is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And guess what? We're serving other gods. We're serving other gods. We're not serving the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're not serving the God who said that he wants us to be high above all nations upon the face of the earth. We're not doing that. You understand? And who is to blame for that? The religious leaders. They is to blame for that. They is the ones supposed to be the gatekeepers for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But of course, the gates, our gates, language as the scriptures say. Our gates destroy. The people that's supposed to be over us, ruling over us properly, they destroy. Ruling over blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they destroy. You understand? But we know our people scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. That is why in the SGPK, we have schools all over the world. You understand? To bring back our people to be in righteousness with the Most High, to be in right standing with the Most High power, to build our nation. You understand? Before the Most High make his second return. Give me verse 68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
And the Lord shall... You saying something? You were saying something?
No.
Oh. And he said, the Lord shall bring you into Egypt. Egypt meaning bondage. The Lord shall bring you into bondage again. Go ahead. How it going to happen?
With ships.
With ships. And that is how we came on this side. You understand? The transatlantic slave trade. We came on this side with ships. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spoke unto thee.
You understand? The same way how the Lord said it will happen. If you listen unto him, that's exactly how it happened. Go ahead.
Thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
You understand? Thou shalt see it no more again, meaning you ain't going to see your homeland no more again. And he let him know something very important. He said that you will going to serve your enemies, not your friends. When we came across any transatlantic slave trade, when we were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, we were not given or sold unto our friends. We were not sold unto our families. We were sold unto our enemies. Does that mean you have to pick up guns and ammunition and go and fight the heathen nations? Of course not. Serve the Lord. That is what you need to do. You need to come into the ISUP and serve the Lord and see the destruction of your enemies that he was sold unto. Yes. Sold unto your enemies. Go ahead.
For bondmen.
For bondmen, meaning slave men. Go ahead.
And bondwomen.
And slave women. Bondwomen. Go ahead.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man is going to buy you, meaning no man is going to redeem you from that selling that you was going to be sold unto your enemies. You understand? Of course, many black leaders try, like Marcus Garvey and Malcolm X. And who's the next one there? The one who say lead the people into a burning house? Martin Luther King. You understand? They try to redeem black people, but of course, what they didn't know is that the Lord is who calling the shot. The Lord is the one that called the shot if we did not listen unto him. So then, if the Most High is saying that he is going to be sold, Salakia, unto your enemies, the Lord telling you that. No man never tell you that. No black religious leader never tell you, well, you're going to be sold unto your enemies. If a black religious leader tell you that, of course, somebody might have redeemed you. Drinking what? Alright, no sir. Right? Of course, you might have get redeemed. But the Lord is the one who calling the shots, the creator of everything you see, the Lord that wants you to be separate black man. He who called the shot and said that you is going to be sold unto your enemies. For slave men and slave women. So then, if he's the one said that we're going to be sold unto our enemies, it don't be right that he's the one to say when we stop serve, when we will stop serve our enemies. Now nobody else to redeem us from there or to bring us back out from that. You understand? The Lord is the one who had to bring us back out from that. And here in 2020, we don't understand that we're in the land of our enemies. We don't understand that we are slave men and slave women in this land, in Trinidad. We don't understand that we as just slaves going and vote next month when voting come about. And when slaves go to vote, who are they voting for? They're voting for our oppressor, to oppress them more. That is what they're going and vote for. Voting is for slaves. Voting is not for free men. Voting is not for men in the ISUPK under commanding General Ehana. You understand? But of course, we're out here to teach our brothers and sisters that they're not supposed to go out and vote. When that election come next month, forget that. You understand? What you should do is tune into the ISUPK classes. You understand? Again, we have classes every day in the ISUPK. But in Trinidad here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You understand? There are radio programs also. Podcasts. Where you could come back to your culture, black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Your heritage, your history, your laws that is supposed to govern your people. You understand? That is it on that, Officer Shah? You understand? So we have to understand that we are in the land of our enemies. We have to understand that we are slaves here. This is not, as the scriptures say, this is not our rest. This is not the place where we're supposed to feel comfortable and train it to the bone and all this kind of garbage. You understand? We have to come and serve the Lord. Come and serve the Most High power. You understand? Give me John 1 John chapter 2 and verse 3. Yeah, we go start with that and then we go to verse 15. 1 John chapter 2 and verse 3. And Officer Barrier, take the whole Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4 from the place. Go ahead.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him.
You understand? And this is how we know that we know the Most High. This is how we know that we love the Most High. We know him. We understand. We have to keep his laws, commandments, and statutes. This is how you will know that you love the Most High. Nobody Christian church tell you. Go ahead.
If we keep his commandments.
If we what?
If we keep his commandments.
If we what?
If we keep his commandments.
You understand? And this is how we know we love the Most High. When we keep his commandments. The same commandments that your Christian church say, we done away with. But this is how we know that we love the Most High. You understand? Jump down to verse 15.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
Love not the world.
Do what?
Love not the world.
So even when there are people that is of other nations ruling over us, you understand? And they may come with they may push their things like, the marijuana legal, and you can have how much trees and all these different things. The Lord is telling you, don't love this world. Don't love the world where everything looks bright. You understand? Where you could smoke as you want, be a homosexual, commit adultery. You understand? Eat anything as you please. The Most High is saying, love not the world. Go ahead.
The things that are in the world.
You understand? He said, neither the things that are in the world. Go ahead.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
So if you love this world, if you love the things that Trinidad have to offer, you love the things that our oppressors have to offer, you love this world more than you love the Most High, you love this world more than you want to keep the laws, commandments, and statutes, the Most High letting you know the love of the Father. Go ahead. The love of the Father is what?
The love of the Father is not in him.
The love of the Father is not in you. You understand? Because why? You want to favor the things that is of this world more than we want to follow the laws, commandments, and statutes of the Most High. You understand? Go ahead, Officer Barrier.
The book of Revelations.
Is it another Officer Barrier?
Okay.
Yeah.
The book of Revelations 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
You understand? So John is getting the revelation and he's saying that he's hearing a voice saying, come out of her. Go ahead.
That ye
come out of her what?
Come out of her, my people.
You understand? So the Lord is saying, come out of her. Come out of the ways of Babylon the Great. Come out of the things that they push: homosexuality, abortion, drugs, all these different things. Come out of her. My people. Who is my people? Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. The true Jews. Come out of her. My people. Not all people. Most I didn't say come out all people. He said come out my people. Go ahead.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
You understand? Come out of her, that you so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, you do not be a partaker of her sins. You understand? And when you fashion after Babylon the Great, which is America, we fashion with their voting and all these different things, and we go out and vote, we are partaker of our sins. When we go and vote for these heathens, we are partakers of our sins. The Most High is telling you, come out of that world, come out of that wickedness, come out of that sinful kingdom. Not jump on a baby flight and leave America. Come out of the ways of America. Come out of the mindset. Come out of the philosophies and the doctrines. Leave that, drop that, and come out of her, my people. That is what the Lord telling you to do. And do not be not partakers of our sins, and don't partake in the things of the land. Don't partake in the things that men want to say that good, that right to do. You understand? That wicked rulers want to say right to do. Don't be partakers of that. You understand? Is there another? Go ahead.
And that ye receive not her plagues.
Is it right? Yeah. You understand? So come out of that you receive not her plagues. You understand? You receive the plagues of Babylon the Great. Come out. Come out of the mindset, the philosophy, the doctrines, the teachings. You understand? That will have you going against the Most High. That will have you turning away your heart and your mind away from the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? That is what the Most High is telling you to do. I tell you to hold anything from Officer Sasha? Alright, give me Isaiah chapter 35 and verse 3. Isaiah chapter 35 and verse 3. Officer Barriat, you will hold Romans chapter 10 and verse 2 from it. Right? You need to come out of this way of thinking and that we feel is right. You need to come out of we just what I feel God, me feel I have to keep God commandments. And the Lord is telling you as a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, you have to keep, you must keep, you need to keep the Lord's commandments and statutes of the Most High. You understand? Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 35 and verse 3. Strengthen you, weak hands.
Strengthen who?
Strengthen you, weak hands. And confirm the feeble knees.
Let's now catch up with you. Isaiah chapter 35 and verse 3. Strengthen ye the weak hands, go ahead, and confirm the feeble knees. Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 4. Verse 4. Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong.
You understand? And when we go out again and when we teach these classes, we out here to strengthen our people. We out here to strengthen the hands and the fearful heart of our people. You understand? This is what we are outside here for, to raise our people from the dead, because our people don't understand that they are dead spiritually. We are out here to strengthen the hands and the weak knees. Go ahead.
Fear not. Behold, your power will come with vengeance.
You understand? So now he's saying, say to them that are of a fearful heart. You understand? Men might might just see our brothers and sisters in the street, but they're studying by. I wonder if it's not a wonder if it's to come and serve the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? Come and help build your nation.
That's right.
You understand? Say unto them that are fearful heart, be strong. You understand? Go ahead, continue from be strong.
Behold, your power will become with vengeance.
You understand? So don't fear not, be strong. You understand? Because when the Lord making his second return, the Lord is coming with what?
With vengeance.
The Lord is coming with vengeance. You understand? To avenge you so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man who are in the hands of your enemies, who are under this oppression. You understand? Of these oppressors that is over us, who is bringing in drugs and guns in our communities, who is teaching you the things that is not of the Most High, who is letting you face these abortion clinics, you understand? And all these different things. The Lord is coming with vengeance. Go ahead.
Even the Most High with his recompense, he will come and save you.
You understand? So he's coming with vengeance, even with his recompense. The Most High is coming to save you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You understand? The Lord is coming to save you. We will be going with our Bibles in the Christian church and not understanding that the Lord is only for you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. The Christian pastor is not teaching us that the Lord is coming with vengeance. You understand? As I said before, when you read the scriptures, you're hearing what the Lord saying, I kill and I make alive. So when you see things happening around you, happening in Trinidad, happening in the world, you will know that is the Lord that doing that. You understand? The Lord is coming with vengeance to save you. Save you from what? From the hands of your oppressors. You were sold unto your enemies. For bondmen and bondwomen, slave men and slave women. The scriptures say that no man should buy you. No man is going to redeem you. But the Lord is coming to save you. So-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. What other nation needs saving? Saving from what? When you so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, you are the bottom of all these nations right now.
That's right.
You are at the bottom. What these other nations need saving from? When they are the top. You understand? You need saving black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. The Lord is coming to save you, as we just read. When you go and vote, your oppressor is not coming to save you. When we look at the righteous leadership from earlier on, when we was reading the scriptures, and Moses putting himself in the fire line for his people, and telling the Lord, Lord, blot me out of the book of life. Damn, that cool. Moses rather he blot out and give his people who is sinners before the Most High that chance to get it right or to do it right with the Most High. You understand? That's what Moses wanted to do. But what politician that you vote for, going and vote for, going and be in the fine line for you, going and put themselves in front for you to save your community.
That's right.
What politician or what religious leader going and put themselves in the fine line to stop drugs and guns and all these things coming from these people with high status, from coming into the black, Hispanic, and Native community? Nobody going to do that. You understand? But we just read what? The Lord is coming to save you. You understand what I'm saying? But of course, the Christian church done homosexualize everything. From the time a black man hear the Bible, he thinking is church. And the Bible have nothing to do with church. The Bible is your record, your history. You understand? Your way of life, how you should be living on this earth. How you should be merging and gathering yourself with your people. You understand? That is for you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You understand? That is it on that right, Officer Barrett? Who was reading? Officer Shah? From there, give me. I'll tell you to hold Romans 10. Yeah. Hold Romans, give me Romans 10. Officer Shah, give me a second adjust, and we go up with that, right? Because I don't realize the time coming up on reading. So give me Romans chapter 10 and verse 2. We'll go from 2 to 4.
The book of Romans 10 and verse 2.
Well,
for I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
You understand? So our people have a zeal of the Most High. They have a zeal. You see them going to church every Sunday. You understand? Prayer meeting, this, that, all kind of things they want to do. But they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. You understand? They don't understand that they are the Lord's chosen people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They don't understand that we are in the land of our enemies. They don't understand they're not supposed to vote. They don't understand that the Lord is coming with vengeance to save us from the hands of our oppressors. They don't understand that. They have a zeal of the Most High knowledge. They don't understand that they are the true Jews. They don't understand the Most High wants them, our people, to be high above all nations that are upon the face of the earth. You don't understand that? You understand? But the Christian church had them dancing to trap set and drums and all manner of evil. You understand what I'm saying? And they're not going in the Bible and actually trying to figure out or trying to understand what's inside here.
That's right.
But of course, you come into the ICPK, you're going to learn everything that's in this Bible. Piece by piece, bit by bit. You understand? Brick by brick. You're going to learn everything that's in these scriptures. You understand? And of course, you bounce up these classes, share it with your family and friends. You understand? Share it with your family and friends that is of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, because these classes are dedicated to you. These classes are for you. You understand? That is it on that? No, you have to go some more. Chapter 10 and verse
3.
Yeah. Just now, hold on. Yeah, we go take it on verse 3. We go stop right there, right? Officer Shah, give me a second. That's just chapter 8 and verse 56. We go stop right there. To what, right? Officer, right?
Yeah.
Second Ezra chapter 8 and verse 56. And we go look out for that. Got the time right up on with it.
Second Ezra chapter 8 and verse 56.
8 and let's make sure with you. 56. Boom. Go ahead.
For when they had taken liberty.
You understand? So when we go out again and we vote for our oppressors, or we vote for people to rule over us, you understand? And not the way how the Most High wants it to be for us Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Go ahead. When they have taken liberty, when they reach in position, go ahead.
They despise the Most High.
When teaching not the Most High, they despise the Most High. You understand? You can eat where you want, drink where you want, sleep with who you want. You understand? Follow all the customs of the heathens, the religious ways of the heathens. They despise the Most High. Go ahead.
Taught scorn of his laws.
You understand? And they taught scorn of his laws. They're not teaching you the laws of the Most High, but they're teaching you what? The traditions of men. Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day. You understand? And all these madness. They're not teaching you the laws of the Most High. They're not teaching you you're not supposed to be celebrating these things. They're not teaching that the Most High have high holy days for you to follow. You understand? They taught scorn of the Most High law. Go ahead.
And forsake his ways.
And they forsook all his ways. You understand? They don't want to follow the ways of the Most High. Go ahead to verse 57.
Verse 57. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteousness.
You understand? And when they reach up there, they have trodden down the righteousness of the Most High. Telling Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you all could do all you want. Celebrate Christmas, eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. You understand? And do everything. Smoke weed, commit adultery, have sex with whores. You understand what I'm saying? And do everything that is against the Most High. These religious leaders and politicians, they are not to be over our people. We are not supposed to be going out and vote for them to set them over our people, because
That's right.
voting, again, is not going to change the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. Voting is not for us. Voting is not going to help us. What is going to help us is us coming back to the laws, commandments, and statutes of the Most High. Us coming back to the Most High laws. Us returning to righteousness. You understand? And serving the Lord. And it's only one place you could serve the Lord. Not like the Christian church that have 1 million tabernacles all over the place. The Christian church have churches all over Trinidad in every community. You understand? And look at our people. The same condition they're in. You understand? Our people dying on the streets. The oppressors haunting our footsteps, as the scriptures say. You understand? Drugs and guns coming in the community, and there's Christian churches all over this place. Christian church needs to fall. You understand? The Christian church is the house of Satan. The Christian church, no different from voting, is not going to help our people. You understand? Coming to the ICPK under Commanding General Hannah, you're going to understand how to help your people, how to serve the Lord. What is righteousness? You understand? And with that, I'll pass the class over to Priest and Officer Shah. Have it? All right. Very cool. Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
Security announcement. We are the ISUPK out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Johanna. No rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they have off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means tenth in Hebrew, as pronounced as Maishara. 10% of every penny increase the Lord gives you to a church department or teacher, priest fund, fuel offering for priests, non-mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations. Memorial blowing of trumpets, the first day of the 7th month. That will be Thursday, September 17, 2020. You can find this in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24 and 25. Reminder Akiams and Aquatium to check on social media, such as ISCPK, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISCPK events and material. If your brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which include black boots, light shirt, light pants, light headband, or scarf. With that you say, Madam? Sir?
Yeah.
You're going to say the Lord prayer in Hebrew? Abanawa, Shabashamayam, Kwadash, Aya, Shamka, Yahawa, Malakwaka, Ba'a, Ratazaka, Aya, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Aya, Bashamayam, Natan, Lanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Abawakinawa, Wasalakinawa, Abawakinawa, Wala'a, Tabanawa, Basayawan, Ball, Shino, Ayon, Rai, Laka, Amalakwa, Watapara, Aman.
In English, what we just said, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
You're going to say the Hakat in Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'asham, Awashai, Abakasha, Latan Lanawa, Akat, Rapara, Kal Malala, Akal La, Makala, Makal, Makala, Makal Marawan, Akat, Lata'a, Hamatazarium, Akat, Laha Kwayam,
Amatayam,
Akat, Iwakawat, Atamala, Garishil, Bahashim, Oshai, Tawaraman.
What we just said in English, Yahweh, name of Yahushua. Please give us the power, the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
We're going to say the blessings in Hebrew. Barak,
Ata,
Yahweh, Wayahushai,
Wamakala,
Lahayam, Matazabia,
Alawapiahana,
Lawapiam,
Asaranyam,
Akwatazayanyam,
Akayalyam,
Wakyam, Yahweh, Bahasham,
Awashai,
Waraman.
In the English, what we just said. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushai.
And Yahushai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angel.
And the angel.
Commanding General Yohanan. The general. The captain. The officer. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
What we're going to say is a prayer for the curses. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
All things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
Name of Yahushua.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and
To
destruction.
the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
Speak against
like
us.
prophets.
Like prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evil and curses to the heathen. And shake loose. The treasure of the rich.
And the treasure
of
the rich.
Israel.
Of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Cause their riches.
Cause their riches.
To enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nation.
And the nation.
And their drug dealers.
And the drug dealers.
Court system.
Court system.
Prison system.
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and
Roman
armies.
Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope. Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinhead. Quasi-Comitazi. Gay movement. Lesbian movement. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. NASA Space Program. The Army. Navy. Air Force. Marine. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airways. Cable access channels. And the radio channel. Convict the spirit. Any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with a flying saucer and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause them to be known by all. That is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread throughout the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. Always. So be it.
You're going to say the blessed Israel in Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Baraklanawa, Bayashala, Hawat, Bayat, Saparia, Barak, Rapa,
Magan, Commanding General Yohanan. General, Captain, the officer, troopers, sisters, children, all the destroyed of Israel, brothers and sisters fighting to come into the truth. Kayalwana, Barak Napash, Shariah, Kintian family, Oselan family, Koto family, Philip family.
All the brothers and sisters in the ISUPK.
All the brothers and sisters in the ISUPK.
All the brothers and sisters fighting coming to the truth.
All the brothers and sisters fighting coming to the truth.
Children in the ISUPK.
Children in the ISUPK.
Francois family. Wrong family. Zion. Wesleyan. Daniela. Jamilia. Ashira. Angel. Nima. Khadija. Chantel.
All the brothers and sisters in the ISUPK.
All the brothers and sisters in the ISUPK.
Commanding General Yohanan.
General.
Captain. Officers. Troopers. Children. Have mercy on the destroyer of Israel. Alicia. Aliyah. The Bawa. Teresa. Bahasham. Yahushai. Tawadaman. What we just said in English, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, bless us, and Israel, and the school, bless, heal, shield, protect, our loved ones, name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
Sir, let's get the teacher a warm Kurdish salute. Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai Brakatam, Yadimata. Let's get the sisters online at one place salute. Imagine Shabbat. Barak. Yahweh Shemai Natan Ba'ashem Yahshai. Yadimata. Start Christmas.